Hey Cancer, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. I am here to do a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer. And yeah, so if you're brand new, thank you for coming here. Welcome. I hope that you will consider subscribing once you see the content. And, you know, just that the people here are really wonderful. They're all uplifting and really kind and lovely. They're here to support you as well as you would be here to support them. And that's the kind of vibe we have going here. So if you're brand new, I hope that you will give me a thumbs up on 1 or 2 or 100 of my videos. It's the way I'm seeing you guys, so I really appreciate the thumbs up when you do like the content. I know it's easy to forget I'm a YouTuber myself, so if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, that would be wonderful. And if you're interested in subscribing, hit that button, and there is a button right next to it on the right. It is the bell button, and you can hit that button so I will notify you when I'm uploading, so you don't have to follow me. I do have a link down below for my Amazon store. All the cards that I use, all the cards that I own, you will find in that Amazon store. If you're interested in purchasing there, that will result in me receiving 10% of the purchase. And what else do you need to know? Oh, I am on WISIO, WISIO.com. You can book your readings there. You might as well do it quickly. I don't have much for space left here. I'm actually booked up on my personal side here for the rest of December, but I might have some room on WISIO. So if you're looking for a reading and you're looking for a discount, there is a discount code below. All right, enough of that. Here we go, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of you. If, you know, you don't resonate with your sun sign as a Cancer here, then please look up your Moon and your Rising sign. Watch those videos. They will resonate with you better than this one does here. I find that my Rising sign is probably a better indication than my Sun sometimes. All right, here we go. We're starting off with the Energy Oracle. Let's see what we can find for you here. Energy Oracle. Give me a couple of cards for energy. What sort of energy are we starting out with here, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer, please. Sign of Cancer. Thank you. We have the Thinking Woman. So this could either be someone who is a male who leans toward the female energy, or this could be a woman who leans toward the female energy. Now, the Thinking Woman is someone who is educated, someone who wants to carry on education, someone who is learning things, learning about herself, learning about others, but she's constantly engaged in learning. And you can see that there is a butterfly here. That means that she's constantly transforming. And the reason the transformation comes for her all the time is because she's constantly opening her mind, reading things. You know, the closed mind is probably the worst thing that we can do to our physical self and our mental self in this life, having a closed mind. But this woman is always thinking, always opening further and further, and taking what she wants and throwing away what she doesn't want. So you don't have to believe everything you see. Do your own research. Figure out what it is you think is true. Talk to spirit. Get into meditation. Start doing some manifestation. So this person is always in growth. She's always growing, always thinking. And like I always say, we are not reading or gender here. We are not reading genetics. We are reading energy. So this thinking woman can be a man or a woman. All right. One more card, please. Information. One more card. Thank you. Envy. Someone's got the green-eyed monster. Either someone's envious of you or you are envious of someone else. Envy is not good, because when you are in envy, you feel less than. You feel less than everyone else, because when you envy what someone else has, you don't have gratitude for what you do have. So I feel like when you're in envy, 2 + 0, 2, right? And I feel like it leaves you out of balance. And it's really easy. It's really easy to be envious of what your neighbor has or what your friend has or what you think they do. I am being admonished to remind you that Facebook life is just that. Unless you might come across the rare gem who's very honest, all you're going to get from Facebook is Facebook life. What people want you to see. They want you to see they bought the new car or the big house. They don't want you to see that they're so in debt that they, that their marriage is breaking up, that kind of thing. So, envy is a two-sided sword, I feel. Being envious kind of dwindles your gratitude, and it also makes you feel like you're less than others when really, what you see might not be the thing that's actually happening. All right. That was the energy oracle. I'm going to start with clarifying, and I'm going to use the, what's this one called, right? You guys, I always forget this one. It is the Tarot Grand Luxe. That's what it is. And it's by Marchetti. And once you see the depictions on these cards, you'll know why I love this deck. It's beautiful. All right. Tell us about the thinking woman. Who is thinking? And what is she thinking about? What is she learning? Pardon me. What is the thinking woman learning? What is Cancer learning? Opening the mind. What is she learning? Tell me about the thinking woman. The thinking woman is going to end a chapter, actually. She's thinking about ending a chapter and all the things that go along with that. Ending a chapter, learning a karmic lesson. She's been through a lot, and she has had enough. It's time to learn the lesson so you don't go back to doing that. We've talked about on this channel before the doing the same thing over and over again, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, but trying to get a different result. It just doesn't work. So closing the chapter is the only thing that works. And when you stop repeating the cycle, you then get to move on from that. And you do learn. That's what the thinking woman is learning. She's learning that when you do end up closing a cycle, you end up learning a lesson, and then you can move forward because you have that knowledge, and you can also share it with others. What else do we have for the thinking woman, please? Thinking woman. Thank you. Things are crazy. Hang on a sec. Things are buckled and backed up. All right, there we go. These ones. Okay, so the thinking woman, she spoke up. She's going to speak up and end the cycle. The Queen of Swords, you can see this beautiful woman who I think is one of the most beautiful people I've seen on a deck in a long time. She is holding her sword up, which means she has a lot to say and that it could be very harsh. Now, the Queen of Swords, is someone who can be a bit of a badass, right? She is someone who is ready to cut out people that she doesn't need. She is very honest, kind of brutally honest at times, but you know what? The brutally honest part, it really depends on who you are and how you take what the Queen says. The Queen is always going to be honest. If you have a hard time with the truth, you are not going to be friends with the Queen of Swords. If you have a hard time accepting the truth, because she will only always speak her truth. If that bothers you, then the Queen is not your friend. If you're someone who lives in the rosy-colored glasses phase. But she is someone who is ready to speak up, and I feel like this thinking woman has been thinking about speaking up to someone she's going to end a chapter with. Then we have the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins means that it could be someone from work. It could be from the workplace. It could be also that, now I say could be, people say, why do you have so many scenarios? Because these are the messages that I'm getting. You guys see the orbs, I get the messages really quick. So I try and go with whatever I'm hearing and seeing at this time. And what I'm seeing is that this could be someone who is at work. So closing an old job, speaking up, quitting your job, and moving on. This could also be about a relationship, stopping the cycle, moving forward, saying your piece, and then going ahead and healing yourself, getting into self-mastery. I'm going to share a secret with you, and that part of the self-mastery plot is that you go ahead and be who you are. unapologetically be who you are. And then we have the Ten of Cups. This is what you're after. The thinking woman is the person who's ending the cycle. She's no longer repeating that cycle, going to learn a lesson, speaking up, and she is someone who is into self-mastery. That self-mastery is going to bring her to complete emotional happiness. Now, if you'll notice in this scenario, there really isn't another person. Why? Because the thinking woman can be happy on her own. She's not codependent. She's not someone who needs another person. It certainly is nice to have another person, but she is not someone who needs another person. And so she's going to learn her lesson and close the chapter and carry on with her life. Let's look at envy here. Why do we have envy? Tell us about envy, please. There's one sticking out here. I'm going to grab that one. Envy, the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse tells me that you're in stagnant energy, that nothing new has been happening. It's been, around you. You feel like it's been Groundhog Day for quite some time, and it's just the same things happening over and over and over again. So I feel like there is a change that's needed here, that you're envious, I think, of the change that other people, that you see other people going through. Again, I would say, remember that Facebook life is just that. People make things look lovely all the time, all the while sad and lonely. So just take it all with a grain of salt. The Knight of Swords is someone who might speak out of turn, someone who might say something that is completely and totally offensive. They can be inappropriate because they don't really have a great command of how to speak to people. They're really just sent out to give messages. So you could be the envy of someone who is not looking like they're in stagnant energy, someone who's building and growing. You could have envy with that person. You could also be envious of someone who's healing. Someone who is healing. I think you need to heal. Yeah, if you're into envy and hoping and wishing of the things that everyone else has, I feel like that you do need to heal. Envy is, one of the 7 deadly sins, and it is going to make you not a better person, but if you let it brood and grow and take over your gratitude, there is not going to be much left in terms of healing for you to do, only because when you're stuck in envy, you are stuck in negativity. So please heal yourself and take care of you. Right now it seems like Groundhog Day is moving along. The same things keep happening over and over again. We have the Three of Wands in the reverse. No more waiting. So I feel like whatever it is that you've been manifesting, the thing that you wanted, the thing that makes you passionate, could be a person. I feel like the waiting is over. The Three of Wands is, openly accepting whatever comes along and being passionate about that thing, whatever it is that's coming in on that ship you've been waiting on. And then we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, though. So I feel like you're no longer feeling stuck, that maybe you've been hurting yourself with your own memories and thoughts. Depression perhaps has set in a little bit, stagnant energy. That's what happens. When we get into stagnant energy and we're thinking and overthinking things, we can get into anxiety and depression. So I think that you're coming out of that now. I feel like it's because of the envy that you have for someone else and what you think their life might be that it made you sad. But like I said, the thing is that you don't necessarily get happiness by watching other people on Facebook. You just never know what's going on in their life. They'll tell you what they want you to see, and that's it. I don't know why I'm so fixated on that, but it's a message that I need. That message needs to reach someone today. All right? There's no need for you to be envious. All right, so over here we have the the World card. I'd like to know what kind of chapter you're closing here. It is a chapter of waiting on an opportunity. So you've been waiting on someone to bring in an opportunity to you, an emotional opportunity, asking you to be theirs. I think you're closing the chapter on that. You've decided that it's not worth waiting for. Princess of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles in this deck. So I feel like you've decided that you're going to take your love elsewhere. You're going to go looking for new love somewhere else. I feel like there is going to be something brand new starting here. Also, that you know that you're worth more. There also is a definite difference in age here with the person that you were with. So closing that chapter is what what Spirit is telling you to do. Close that chapter and move forward, because you don't need that person in your life anymore. They are not serving a purpose. They're not helping you grow. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It's recession of your spiritual growth. So you are stuck in this Eight of Swords energy here. You're stuck there with stagnant energy because you've been hanging out, wishing and hoping that things were going to turn out differently, but they didn't. And you've spent a lot of time thinking on it. So it's time for you to end the chapter. Why do we have the Queen of Swords here? Too many. Tell me about the Queen of Swords, please. What is she up to? Queen of Swords, why is she showing here? Queen of Swords is transformation. So it gives you transformation when you do use your swords for good. When you speak up, you give your truth, something comes to an end. I think it's a relationship as I look at it here, and I feel like you are being totally and completely honest with someone, and the other person then is going to be the one who removes you from the relationship. So they're going to move on. But the thing is that this is transformation as well. So even though you are out of this relationship, which I think that in the back of your mind you really wanted, you never wanted to be second choice. So I feel like this Queen is speaking up here. And as she speaks up, she's transforming her life, and she doesn't really realize that the impact that is having. But, the impact it's having is that you're working really hard on yourself. So when that person is not in your life, and I think it's been a, go this way, go that way, come here, go away sort of scenario. I feel like when that person is not in your life, that you actually fare better. You are taking care of yourself. You are someone who's working really hard on your personal self, your transformation, your manifesting things that are good for your life. You're studying again. You're picking up something that you didn't pick up, that you were learning a long time ago, but then you've pushed it to the wayside. So you're studying once more. You're feeling more confident about yourself. The Eight of Coins is clarified by the Three of Wands. Three of Wands telling me that you've been waiting a long time to do this, and you just didn't know that being without this person in your life now is actually helping your growth. The Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man tells me that you are while you are in the phase of personal development, that you are trying to see your life from every possible angle. And you are glad that you have moved along and closed the cycle, because it's again returned you to your growth. The Ten of Cups. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. I feel like, you got the Ten of Cups because you wanted to start again, and you have closed the chapter on the last relationship. You're never going to do that again. You're never going to be second fiddle again. This Fool is you taking a calculated risk and deciding that you don't want to be second best anymore, that you deserve someone who takes care of you and loves you as much as you take care and love them. And so you move along. You close the chapter. I've got the closing the chapter twice here, the World card telling me it's all coming to an end. You're going to learn that karmic lesson, and no one is ever going to treat you like that again. All right, so let's go to the Envy here. So we have Envy clarified by the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Why is the Knight of Swords in reverse? because of the Six of Pentacles, giving to another. So I think the reason that you were... the reason that you've decided to get out of the relationship is because your person was giving to another and you're done with that. You want reciprocity, incomplete 100% reciprocity from the person that you are with. You've decided this. You've decided that you're enough. And I think you decided that well in the Ten of Cups. You decided that you're enough and that there's no more waiting to be had here. You're tired of waiting, you know, for the next thing that comes up that is... a lot of drama. I feel like the person that you were with, the one that you're closing the chapter with, was a lot of drama that you could never, that person could never focus on you because they were way too busy focusing on themselves continually. So it would be like, yeah, I had a rough day. Oh yeah, I had a rough day too. And that person would go on about their day, sort of pushing you aside and saying, well, pay attention to me. And I think you're done with that. I think you deserve more than that. And I think you know you deserve more than that. What else do we have with the swords? The Knight of Swords in the reverse, please. Knight of Swords in the reverse. We have the Magician. So yeah, you have manifested everything that is going on here. I feel like the envy, now that I understand that your person was giving to another, the envy was the other relationship. So your person was in a relationship with you and a relationship with the other person. And that means that you already knew that they had someone else. So I don't know if they're the mistress or you are the mistress, or just... yeah, I don't know why I said mistress. Maybe it is female, but it, you know, again, we're not looking at gender here. We're looking at energy. So I don't know if it was you who is married to this person or someone else is. Either way, you have manifested a way out of this relationship because the Six of Pentacles, right? Giving to another. And then you go into healing. We have the Four of Swords here. Clarify the Four of Swords, please. Clarify the Four of Swords, please. We have the Princess of Cups. So that is the Page of Cups in another deck. And yeah, it tells me that there is a difference of age here. Also tells me that this person keeps coming back to you after they hurt you and telling you, oh, I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, I love you. You need to stop falling for that shit. You need to stop that. You are worth more than I'm sorry and then taking them back. So we have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Swords in the reverse here. So no more waiting. And so I think once you close the chapter, that's all you needed to do. You needed to remove that energetic block in order to have your abundance. Why is the Three of Wands here, please, in the reverse? Three of Wands in the reverse is here because of the Queen of Cups. Then you start feeling better. You start feeling more abundant. You start feeling like you can... connect to spirit. It's easier for you to connect to spirit. Queen of Cups is your energy, right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You feel like you can flow better. It's like you've removed an energetic block and things are flowing a little better. And that's what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting on this better chi, this better flow of energy. And I think you're finally getting it after closing the chapter. Clarify the Eight of Swords in reverse, please. Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it looks like you were scared to come out of this energy because you knew that once you came out of the stagnancy, that things would be over in your relationship. Seven of Wands. You're feeling really defensive about trying to come out of that energy because you knew that once you came out of the Eight of Swords energy, that was going to tip the scales, and that was it. You guys weren't going to be together anymore. But I don't think you're that scared of being alone anymore. Six of Swords tells me that you're ready just to give it up and move on. And you have realized that there is more out there for you than you had given yourself credit for, because you're wonderful and you're kind and you go with the flow. You're intuitive. You are someone who can help others. So I think that it's time that you move on. I think it was a good decision for you to close the chapter with the other person. We're just going to finish off this reading with a couple more cards from the Energy Oracle. Please give me a couple cards. Let us know what the advice is for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you. Victory. So yeah, this is what it is. It's you making the hard decision, going through the transformation, and deciding that it's going to be you from here on in. That anyone else that comes toward you is going to have to be on a higher level of spirituality, so they don't drag you down. What else do we have here? Cancer. Strategy. Strategy is what you need for victory. You can't just live day by day and hope it's not going to be Groundhog Day, Cancer. You have to plan. What are you going to do tomorrow? What time are you getting up? Set the alarm. What are you doing first? Is it a walk? Is it breakfast and then a walk? What are you doing? You need some sort of strategy here in order to be able to get through this energy here, to get through this breakup and to be able to come back to your own, being this Queen of Cups here. So this strategy is all about really working harder for you than you work for anyone else. Working harder for you means you're journaling every day. You're talking and thinking about gratitude every day. You're grateful for whatever you have in your life and your surroundings. No more second fiddle. It's all about you now. It's no longer about someone else. And this is your victory, that it's no longer about someone else, that you have now the love that you wanted all along for yourself. And because you have this, that's removed this 8 of Swords energy here. It's removed the stagnancy. You have to go through a bit of Tower energy here in order to be able to get there, but anything that you don't have to work for is really not worth it, is it? Right? Okay, Cancer, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you are having a great December. Happy Kwanzaa, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and happy holidays. I hope that all is well with you. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, you will have to do so on WISIO. There is a 10% code down below if you want to get 10% off your reading, WISIO.com. If you're interested in a reading anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour long. I'm going to go for now. Hope you guys are having a great week. Bye now.